Hey guys, it's Coding Mode 56 back at it with another video. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a gyro straight program. Let's get it. So you might be a little surprised as to why I have my project properties over here instead of my regular fresh program open. And that's because today we're going to be making a gyro straight program, and that's really similar to last week's video. If you haven't already seen that, just I'll put a little annotation over here in the top right corner. Check that out, or else you might not understand everything that's going on in this video. Anyway, we're just going to copy paste last week's program, and we're going to make some alterations to it. Copy, paste. It's going to be called gyro turning 2. Just open that up, and we're gonna rename it to something more suitable, like maybe gyro straight. Now, one of the first things we want to take care of is that we don't have to have any concern over the degrees anymore. It's always going to be 0 since we want the robot heading in a straight trajectory at 0 degrees as its angle. So just keep that at 0. Instead, what we're going to be using this parameter for is distance. So just go into variables, go into the red bar and grab out a variable that for distance. I already have it pre-made over here. We'll just plug that in, and we'll rename the parameter later when we edit the my block. Another thing we're going to have to change is the clockwise to counterclockwise. We don't really have a need for that either, and that's because, well, since it's not turning, it's going in a straight line. We don't really have any concern for going which direction it's turning, so just delete that as well. Instead, we'll be using that parameter for another logic operation. We'll call that rotation/degrees. Go to right logic. I already have it over here. Now we're gonna create one last variable. I'll just copy paste this since they're both logic. This is gonna be forward/backward, and we'll create another parameter for this later on. Now, basically, I'm modeling this gyro straight after a moved tank block, and as you can see, there's rotations or degrees, and I just want to have that option over there. So that's all I'm using it for. I didn't really think of making a seconds one because, frankly, you're never going to use seconds because the moment you change your speed, seconds is useless. So we're just going to keep it at degrees/rotations. Anyway, let's construct the program. Oh, my bad. We need to take care of one last thing. There's no need for duration either, so just get rid of that. We'll replace that with this forward/backward one. There. So we still have the same amount of parameters, we're just going to be replacing that. Anyways, let's take that out of the loop as well. And instead, make the loop based on unlimited. And we'll stop the motors at the end of this loop. Off. That's something I forgot to put in our last video. And now all we have to do is add our if statements. Warning, this is going to contain a lot of if statements. Like, this is going to be a huge program. You just brace yourself for that. So our first if statement is going to be based off logic. Set that right over there. And we'll grab out a variable to plug into that. This variable is going to be called, well, let's first set it to right logic, and it's going to be called forward/backwards. Set it to read logic, never mind. And this switch is going to be reading the value of whatever the user set that variable to. Anyway, I'll start off by just putting all the stuff in the top part of the logic gate, the true part, and we'll just copy paste and reverse the values over here. I'll let you know what I mean exactly in a minute. So we'll grab out yet another switch. We'll grab another switch block over here, and it's also going to be based off logic. and we'll grab out another variable to plug into that. Set it to read logic, and this one's going to be called degree/rotations. Whoops. There. Plug that in. Now we're going to put yet another if statement in there, and this time it's going to be based off motor rotations. Compare the degrees. Okay, Mindstorms needs to fix this little problem over here where the wiring gets messed up. You can just select those tabs and it should fix itself. I think that's better. Okay. Now for the port, we're just going to select one of your driving motors. It doesn't matter which one. I'm just selecting B. That's the one that is my left motor. Now we're going to set this to greater than or equal to. And the threshold value is going to be set to distance. Grab out a variable over there, set it to read numeric, and put it right in there. Now, the purpose of this entire amount of switches is basically just to make this program exit after. So we'll put a loop interrupt right over there, and that'll make it hit that stop motor. Now, I know my resolution on this is really bad, but I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit just to make sure we can see everything. Hopefully you can get a glimpse of that at least. We'll copy paste this into the bottom part of the logic gate. Except we're gonna change this from motor degrees to motor rotations. It got disconnected. Whoops. Now we'll copy paste this into the bottom half of the larger logic gate. Okay, that messed a lot of things up. I'm just gonna undo that, see if I can get that to work a little better. Okay, okay, it seems pretty clean. Okay, now what we're gonna switch around here is from greater than it's gonna go to less than or equal to. Same here. So I just told you guys to do a lot of things, but what exactly does this huge chunk of code execute? All it's doing is that it's checking if the user selected forward or backward. If they selected forward, it goes into this part, and then it checks if they selected degrees or rotations. If they selected degrees, then it's going to keep on, this loop is going to keep on running until it surpasses the distance that the user has set, and then it'll exit using the loop interrupt. And the same thing here occurs for rotations, except it's rotations. Pretty obvious. Now, in case the user selected backwards, like if the robot needs to go in the negative direction, all we need to do is we just switch around those signs, and so basically the loop is running until it has surpassed the distance again, but we had to switch those because it was negative. Hopefully you guys understood that. Now we're just gonna move on to editing this my block. So it should have appeared right over here. Okay, now I'll zoom in back to normal view. We'll click that edit icon with the gears. Now we're just gonna rename some of those. Wait, I'm gonna exit out of the my block creator just so I can see some of the parameters we're gonna have to edit. Okay, now let's click it. Now, instead of having something for degrees, we're gonna have something for distance. We're gonna have a parameter for distance, keep everything the same, except for the icon. We'll choose an icon that's a little more suitable for that. And then instead of duration, we're gonna make this one logic, and we'll call this forward/backward. Set the default value to true, because most of the time you're going to be traveling forward. And then set the parameter icon to something like that, / backwards. Now for this last one, I couldn't really find anything that is suitable for rotation / degree, so we'll just keep it like that. We'll just change the name of this to degrees / rotations, and we are done. So if you understood all of that, we're good to go. Now I'm not gonna bother explaining everything again like I did last video because I don't want to make this extremely long. This is just supposed to be a simple copy paste. All the robot is doing is that it's going forward at the speed that you selected, and depending on how off it is from the 0-degree angle, it's gonna make corrections. So it'll overpower the right motor if it's veering off to the right, and if it's veering off to the left, it'll overpower the left motor until it's back on where the track it needs to be. So basically the exact same as last week's video, except instead of having the power at 0, we're keeping the power at whatever you need it to be. It'll be moving forward instead of just making corrections, being stationary. Anyway, now you can just grab out this my block, easy to use. My port for gyro is 2. The speed, I'll just keep it at something like 30. Now the KP value I found to be very useful is 0.5 instead of 0.3 as I've said before. And this is just a little observation of mine. When you increase your speed, you're probably gonna have to decrease your KP value because those corrections are being made at a larger, you're making a larger correction with a larger speed. So you need to balance out those two values over here. So normally in my videos I go to about 50% power and 0.3 kp. Now we have a speed variable as well. Anyway, I'll keep the distance to, I don't know, 5, and we'll select the rotations to be, we'll set this to rotations, and let's just keep it forward for now. I'll show you clips of both it going forward and backward, and you can just download it and run. Anyway, let's check out how it works. So I want to thank you for watching that video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. It's free. And if you want, remember to like and comment as well. See you next week. Bye.